It was probably 1986 when we went to Giovanni's restaurant in Cleveland, Ohio. Lasted for decades. And it was famous for offering wines, and they didn't mark it up too much so that you could get a better bottle of wine. And so we went to dinner with some friends at Giovanni's, and I had this wine, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the best wine I've ever had in my life. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I kept it in my wallet. I carried it around with me for decades. And it wasn't until 2004 that I decided to build a wine cellar, and I still had that little piece of paper, and it said, Clos de Bois, Marlstone Vineyard. Now, you may have Clos de Bois, $10, $12, you know, pretty average California wine. But the Marlstone Vineyard is a very special place that Clos de Bois has. I think it's more like a $50 bottle of wine. This one is from 2004. It's a blend. It's 69% Cabernet Sauvignon, 22% Merlot, 2% Cabernet Franc, 4% Malbec, and a little bit, 3% Petit Verdot. I've been waiting for 21 years to open this bottle of wine, and today is the magic day. Now, a lot of times, the cork gets kind of funky. I always decant old wines, but this cork is making it. Let's see. Sometimes it deteriorates, it completely falls apart, and then I have to filter it. We'll see what this looks like. A lot of times when you're cellaring wine, there will be a little bit of sediment in the bottom, so I don't do the whole thing. This is a decanter, and you'll see that it's a little bit darker. It's not as, let's say, bright red, but when it's 20 years old, it gets a little bit more, should I say, brown. Also, by cellaring for, 21 years, what it'll do is it'll tone down the tannins. I've also been tracking this wine on Cellar Tracker. Other people that cellar the same wine are doing tasting notes from all over the world, and they're saying, that this is primo drinkability. So now we're waking it up after 21 years, and we need to let this sit for an hour, maybe 2 hours, probably decant it for 2 hours, let it mix with the oxygen, and wake up. In the meantime, we're gonna prepare hors d'oeuvres. While the wine is decanting, we're gonna start the salmon. I just got this air fryer, and I don't know, like people who are obsessed with air fryers, I understand. I'm gonna take the salmon and I'm gonna put it skin side up. Is that the skin or the scales, or what do you call it? All right, so while that's in the air fryer, we grab the Breton flaxseed and sea salt gluten-free crackers. These are awesome. All right, so we're gonna get the crackers out. I pull the air fryer, and for me personally, I know some people like to eat the skin. I don't like to eat the skin, so I did the skin side up, and I'm gonna remove the skin. So you can pull it, and so I just, once you start heating it up, it's real easy to get off. We just take a little bit of olive oil and drizzle it on the top, and I kind of rub it on. I either collect or make a lot of these herbs and spices, but in this case, I have this veggie spice rub that it's kind of like an invention I came up with, and then a little dab of chili powder, which I just dry chilies and do this. Here's the veggie spice rub, and I just kind of sprinkle this on top, a touch of the chili powder. Awesome. So we're gonna throw this back into the air fryer. In the meantime, we can have an appetizer of the Vermont goat cheese with wild blueberry and lemon and thyme, as well as some brie on the amazing crackers. Do I have a fancy butter knife? In order to make it stick to the crackers, we're going to use Crème Fraîche. I think we're going to do the mustard dill dip with the salmon. But while we're waiting, we're going to load up some of this Crème Fraîche, and then we can put some on here. And then I think this is the ticket. Here, try it out. Right around now, we just want to see how this is opening up. This is, it's really kind of opening up. I'm liking it. This is going to be good. It needs a little bit more time, but we're good. Straining out the capers. We can throw a couple of capers and it gives it that little touch of saltiness. See how it's opening up? Do you see how it's opening up?
Yes.
And what did you say?
So much better.
No, you said totally different.
It's totally different.
This is what it's like to have 21-year-old bottle of wine. That sound means that the salmon's done. Can you see that? I mean, look at that salmon. It is to perfection. Now, one more thing, pears. I love that. I'll take some of this cheese with blueberry, mix it with the crème fraîche and a little bit of pear. You gotta try this. A little bit of crème fraîche on the base, right? You have to try this. I'm gonna do two of them, one for you, one for me. This is awesome. You do some of the crème fraîche. You tell me. Some of this, just a little dabble of this, all right? And then a half pear. You have to try this. This is really freaking awesome. And then we're gonna do the same thing here. Goes right here. All right. Now everything comes together. The wine is now ready. The salmon's ready. The cheese. This is this is gonna go so well with salmon. Incredible. It has opened up beautifully. There is like zero tannin. It is like so smooth. That is what we waited 21 years for. Now, this crème fraîche, a little bit of capers. Can you catch those here? And then the salmon with just a touch of this mustard sauce right here. This is just like heaven on a cracker. This is the ideal way to explore these flavors and pair it with 21-year-old Cabernet. Bon appetit.